massively expensive. Like, you had to have stacks on stacks on stacks if you wanted to go to Disney. And I just always felt like it was something my family didn't have money for, when in reality we did. But I don't know why we never went. I guess it was just something we weren't into. Like, we were more into camping or outdoors and fishing. And I don't regret that. And it's memories with my family that I will hold on to forever, and my dad. But I went to Disney for the first time in July, and it was awesome. It was amazing, and I went with my boyfriend. I met up with some friends down there. So I kind of want to talk about that, but I also want to talk about if you've never went to Disney and you're kind of like unsure about prices and different things like that. I went in kind of blindsided, but my boyfriend, that was like his sixth time, I believe. So he kind of really knew a roundabout of everything and prices and different things, which was nice. But I didn't know anything going into it, you know what I mean? So I figured today we could just sit and chat. I don't know if you're home from a long day at work, or if you're just taking a break at your shift at work, or whatever you're doing, but taking a break at your shift at work, or whatever you're doing. But I figured we could sit and chat and talk about this. So if you like the Unofficial podcast, please thumbs it up and comment down below if you have any topics for upcoming videos. Also, if you want to support this podcast in any sort of way, in the description box I will have my Patreon link, so you can go over to my Patreon and check that out if you'd like. No pressure though, don't feel like you have to. So getting back on with Disney, so I decided probably about in, I want to say maybe June, that in July we'd be just doing, me and we don't plan things ever by any means. So it was really just a sudden, like, should we do Disney? Oh, we're going to go to Disney. And I don't regret that, and it worked out well for us. But that was our first time, my first time going, so very blindsided I went in. Let's start with, besides, this has nothing to do with Disney unless you're getting some kind of pack that has like um, staying, at the resort, which I really, really, really recommend staying at the Disney resort. I stayed at Saratoga Springs in Orlando, Florida. It was beautiful. The area was very nice. I had a couple little off problems. I'm actually going to link the video in the description box for you from my main channel. I had some issues, as you could see in that video, but those were really resolved. They don't really pertain to what I'm going to be talking about. But plane tickets is something that you have to look at. That's really different for everybody where you live. We paid, for me and my boyfriend, including like tax, and they always like add a bunch of crap on, about $500. And then went with Saratoga, but we had an all-exclusive hotel. Also in the description box down below, I will link for you guys my hotel room tour. I did a hotel room tour in Disney, and my hotel was just, it was beautiful. My room was, we didn't know that we were going to have a fridge and a stove and all this stuff, so we know for next time now. And we only stayed for 4 days. In the room, we only stayed for like 2.5, almost 3, because then on that third day, we ended up going out to a party at night, and then I left in the evenings, and we went to my friends, and we stayed at the party. So it was just like a whole thing. I actually have vlogs of that. I want to say anything Disney related, I'm just gonna, like, you'll see it all linked in the description box down below, but I think I have some vlogs of that too. So if you can get, I know they have deals with like the plane ticket and the room and all that, you should do that. But we actually know a Disney Family Vacation Club member, which is Doug's grandfather, so he was able to help us out with points and stuff, which we were just forever grateful for that, because you have to save up to get those points and everything to redeem them. So that was really nice of him for doing that for us. So we had a pretty great hotel room. Uh, I really couldn't tell you the prices, how much they run without like doing something like that. I mean, if you can get a package deal or something like that, I would go for it. That's normally like the best. Leading into that, let's talk about food. So in Disney, there are a lot of walk-up places that you can go to for food, kind of like a fast food service, pretty much. And they range about, I want to say, 8 to maybe like $12, $15 depending on what kind of food you're eating. I mean, there's pizza, chicken, there's all different kind of pop-up stands. The two parks that I visited on my trip there were Epcot, which was really cool. We're going to talk about that then in a minute. And then I also went to Hollywood Studios to see the new Toy Story Land. That was pretty much the main reasoning of going there. So our second option for food is a sit down, which I also did the sit down while I was there. I had in Epcot pizza from the pizza place when it was like downpouring. When in July they have like a rainy season in Florida where it just rains for like a half hour, so we went to eat during then. And for me, Doug, and my best friend Jenna to eat, all of us, I think the bill was like 50 something dollars for this like pizza and drinks. But let me tell you, that pizza was, and I don't eat, one, I have a pizza tattoo if you don't know that about me, and two, I don't really care for cheese, but I'll eat on a pizza, and that was the best pizza I think I've ever had in my entire life. I mean, it should be right for people spending $50 on it for three people for a large pizza. Like, that's ridiculous. But it was all imported ingredients from Italy that they used, but then all the girls were dressed like, little Italian mamas. I don't know what you want to call them. And the decor was beautiful. Just everything about that restaurant was really nice. So pretty much you're paying, for that service and everything. My second sit down I did was I went to the 50s Diner in Disney. That one is in Hollywood Studios. And I had a freaking blast there. Our waitress was the cutest thing ever. She was so sweet and kind to us and fun. And I thought she was really nice and everything. The food we had, it was, Doug really enjoyed it. I had like some kind of chicken and dumplings, excuse me, and I don't know. I don't know. Like, I'm a very picky person. Maybe that's why. She was so nice to us, though. She took it off my freaking bill and everything. Like, I didn't complain or anything. She was just like, "Are you not hungry?" And actually, at the 50s diners, they act like 50s. Like, they'll be like, "Oh, get your elbows off the table," or blah, blah, blah. But, like, she would break character a lot because we were just BS and stuff. And I was like, "Oh, I do YouTube." And we were just talking. And she, said to me then, like, she's like, "Do you not like it? Is it okay?" And I was just like, I don't know. I think honestly, my first day at Disney too, guys, it was hard because if you don't know this about me, I have fibromyalgia, and that can just be painful, especially when I wasn't taking medicine for it, which was hard. And the pain would just get like excruciating flare ups and stuff, and just walking all day. It's a muscle disorder, so it would be such a pain, and sometimes I have bladder issues because of it. So, I don't know. It was just nice that this lady was just so kind and like understanding to me. I don't know, but that's what they're supposed to do at Disney. I'll say though, at the pop up stand that we went to for Chinese in Epcot the one day, the two girls that were on, I guess, like break or whatever, they were eating and like getting food. They were like laughing and joking and like swearing kind of loud near me, which, me, I could care less. But like then they kind of looked at me when they walked by and they didn't glare at me, but they gave me like a look, in my direction, and that kind of annoyed me because like I feel like when you're at Disney, you pay for like everything around you. You're paying for the atmosphere, you're paying for like your service and blah blah blah, and I just I don't know, like I feel like they should be treating, like, if you want to work there at Disney for like that prestige, whatever company, then you should just act like the way you're supposed to. I don't know. That's just how I'm looking at it because I'm dumb, but moving on though. Yeah, the food places, if you can go to like a place there that like you can sit down and eat, I mean, they are expensive. Like I said, we paid for a pizza $50. That's a little nuts, but it is what it is. And was the pizza good? Of course it was good. It was freaking delicious. Sorry, all. I paused for 1 minute because my dog started barking and I wanted to calm her down and not have like barking in the background. But anyways, like I did say, let's move on from like the food places. They're pretty just like basic, and then they sell like cute and little Mickey treats you can get and stuff like that. Those are obviously, like, you can guess, like price kind of crazy waters are $3 anywhere. The resort, the park, they're $3. That's just something we kind of just grew accustomed to. Like we'd keep, $3 on us, whatever, if we need water or so forth. There's also like water fountains around and stuff too, and obviously they have bottled sodas and all that kind of good stuff. But like I said, let's move on to rides. And I think rides are something at Disney where it's just something they're known for. They don't disappoint. I do know that, like, I've never been to Universal, but people tell me, oh, you would love Universal more than Disney. And, like, there's so many great things. So, like, one day, yeah, I will go to Universal and I'll check it out and see what it's all about. I really want to do Harry Potter World there, if anything. But, the rides that I went on at Disney, I went on the Haunted Mansion, sort of. It's not even called Haunted Mansion. It's like the Twilight Zone thing, but I call it Haunted Mansion. I don't know why. I know it's a totally different ride, and you're probably like, what are you saying? But, anyways, I went on that ride, and that was pretty cool. Another ride that I went on there that I do remember that I felt was noteworthy was the Slinky Dog ride at Toy Story Land, and it took me about good hour, half hour to get onto it, which is kind of like a joke, but I made it. That was pretty cool. You would think looking at it that it's more of a kid's ride, but it does like jolt you. It is like a good time. My boyfriend wasn't really about going on it, but then he was just like, oh yeah, like let's do it. It was mostly like I think the line too was what really killed him from like not wanting to ride on it, but we ended up going on it and it was a ton of fun. I loved I'm trying to remember. It was in Toy Story Land, some kind of. I think it's Toy Story Mania where you have like the guns and stuff and you're popping the balloons and all that. That was a freak ton of fun. I actually beat Doug in it. That's in my vlog too because I was like screaming that I beat him because I couldn't even believe it. I'm guess I'm good at shooting aiming games. So like I'm really not though. Like he'll play Call of Duty and stuff like that, and I've tried, and I'm just I'm really not good. So I don't know how I did well at that for our first try. I've never played that game before, and he has. So it's like a ride, but it's a game because you're like shooting stuff and you have 3D glasses on. I'm actually, this is funny, but I'm selling the 3D glasses from the ride because I took them. And I took them from, I went on the Star Wars ride too. That was really cool. That just like is a stimulator where you sit in the seat and it like moves around and stuff. If you get motion sickness, that's probably not for you. But I don't know. I thought it was pretty fun. So there's obviously like great rides there that do not disappoint. There's one called Swirling Saucers in Epcot for the Toy Story Land. That one's new. That one was a ton of fun. It's pretty much like the teacups, but they just like fly around and it's aliens and I don't know. It's pretty to look at. Everything's beautiful to look at Toy Story Land at night. Oh my gosh. It took my breath away. I was so happy that I got to see it lit up at night. Uh, when I went to Epcot too, we didn't get completely around the world, but we got pretty close to it. China was obviously where we got the Chinese food, and then we went to Belgium, I believe. I'm trying to think. We went past where the Frozen area is, or whatever, like sing along. It was like so long ago. Um, Trying to think. I know we went to the Chinese section. Oh, that got me. This is something I do want to say, and like totally nothing against Disney by any means. Like I'm not trying to sit here and like badmouth Disney, but in the like gift area for China section or whatever they called it, I don't know the exact names unfortunately, but whatever the around the world section, I got a little compact mirror for my purse, and it was like double sided. That like one side's bigger, the other side's smaller, whatever. And I literally just bought it, and then that day I like took it out to put in my purse, and it like fell apart and broke first day. That was a little frustrating. But then there's more. Coming home from my trip, the one part of like my mini ears, like some of the strands started coming up from the sequin, so I had to like glue it down. It's like you pay the money for these cute little things, and I will say we didn't talk about the souvenirs yet. They are pricey. I mean, But that's the thing too, which is kind of confusing, because if you go in Disney, or like to Disney Springs, which is like kind of like a big outlet mall near the hotels and everything, uh, there's like a World of Disney store, which is pretty much like a Disney store in a mall or whatever, and it's like same prices pretty much. I mean, there's a couple odds and ends you could probably get there that you can't get at the regular one, but like it's the same prices. But then some of like the little stands and different odds and ends, like they'll have their own prices. Obviously for like hats and different things, hats are at least like $20 to $25. Shirts, $20 to $25. Obviously bring cash if you want to bring stuff, or not cash, but card they take too. But like bring money is what I'm getting at. If you want stuff like that, if you want souvenirs, uh, but like really the prices for stuff like that, it's like what you would expect. It's what you would pay at the Disney store. It's not like anything that's gonna surprise you or be out of sorts by any means, I would feel like. I'm trying to make sure we covered everything in this video. Uh, what else can I say about Disney? It was, it was nice. Um, there were some things I wish I could change, like our incident at the hotel. But, they were very nice to us. They gave us, like I said, watch a video, but they gave us $100 in credit to use anywhere in the park. Fast passes and stuff they gave us. Well, that was a whole goings on. I just felt like crap that first day. And it's a lot of walking. So if you do have fibromyalgia or any kind of like illness that you have, just make sure that you are going to be able to take care of yourself and deal with yourself, because it's hot out there. I mean, the heat doesn't really bother me at all, but it helped my muscles. But I was still in that time too, when I went, I was really dealing bad with my fibromyalgia and my pain and all that. So I can see, why that was like a thing, that I was, in pain like that, and that the heat didn't help. It was just like to a point that I was out of control. But for somebody, I think, who has that disorder and lives down there, it's probably nice for them and they deal with it their own way. I met a really nice lady down there too named Sharon. She was an older lady who lives in the area, who just loves Disney and always goes there, and she was really sweet. A lot of the locals were very nice, or just people in general. They were very nice at the resort and like friendly, and I don't know, it was just a really nice environment, a nice place to vacation, not have to worry about anything. They have like a little, well, at my resort, they had two different pools that were very nice, a little like kind of like calf area where you can get food in the morning. Like they have like alcohol and stuff you can get in there, uh, desserts, and then on one side's like souvenirs and little like odds and ends, which was really cool. So I don't know. I thoroughly enjoyed myself. If you want to see, more of my trip, you could check out those vlogs. And yeah, I have my main YouTube channel too in the description box. Official Gabrielle Regina. It's just under Gabrielle Regina. I don't know why I said that, but that's my Instagram. Anyways, I hope you guys like this video of me or podcast just talking kind of about Disney and my experience. And yeah, if you guys want to let me know in the comments down below, that'd be really cool. Telling me kind of like, what do you think about Disney? Did you go to Disney World or Land? Did you go there as kids? Is it something your family's done? Just let me know, we'll have a little chat. And if you have any ideas for my next video, let me know in the comments down below. Thank you guys so much for listening in and just hanging out with me this evening. I hope you have a good rest of your day or whatever you're doing. And yeah, I will talk to you soon. I love you guys.